Hey pretty pink fam, welcome back to my channel guys. So before we get started today, make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe so that you never miss another video that I post. Okay, so today we are doing a video that I've never done on this channel, and that is doing some boho braids. Y'all, I do not know how to do boho braids. This is my daughter's hair. This is my daughter's head. And this is just kind of my version of go with the flow tribal slash boho braids. This is what works for me. No, I'm not a hairstylist. I'll tell y'all this all the time. I'm not a braider. I don't even really know what I was doing, but I managed to push through. Like back in the day, I used to try to, play in people's hair and experiment whenever I was younger, but this was just actually me recording something different. And also these are knotless as well. So they're knotless tribal boho braids in my version. If you don't like it, if it's not for you, please keep going. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna need some scrunchies as well as some any kind of molding gel like jam. I actually use Gotta Be. I don't recommend that one. I was just like, you know what, I need to do her hair so that we can get the show on the road with this. I also use the hot comb because she does have curly hair and the texture of the hair is straight. So I wanted a seamless blend, and that's what I got. That is optional. So what you're gonna want to do is start at the nape of the neck and try to get the hair parted as straight as you possibly can. And whenever you get your part as straight as you possibly can, you want to apply your holding gel. A lot of people use Murray's wax. Some people use jam. Like I said, I chose to do the Gotta Be in the yellow container. You don't have to do that. And this is how my first section turned out. And basically, it's just simple braids. I started out braiding her natural hair first, and then I braided it down maybe like 2 braids after. You would braid it down as if you're going to braid to the scalp a little bit. And so that's how I continue the pattern. After, let me highlight because I did kind of do the feed-in method so that it can give the knotless appearance. And what I mean by that is, like I said, so I got my 3 pieces of hair, and I am going to show y'all later. And like I said, I braided it down about 2 braids, and then like with my hands, the hand motion, the braiding, and then I added a piece in, and then I braided it down 3 more times, and then I added another piece of hair. Then I resumed my braids, and then I just braided down to the end, left out a piece of hair, and this is how my hair started. This is how her hair started looking after 3 rows. Very neat. I think it's really good, being that I'm not a braider, y'all. So I would like to say that this was going pretty good. So I decided to start recording at this point. So that is why I did not record, because I didn't know how good it was going to turn out. Okay, so this is where we were currently at in the process. I'm just showing y'all the rows and how nice and neat that they looked. Okay, so I actually started the next row by getting the end of the rat tail comb and combing up so that I can stay as neat as possible inside of those boxes. Again, I'm not a professional, y'all, so this is me doing the best that I could. I'm just getting a hot comb because I do not perm her hair, and I'm basically just like pulling it so that the ends are very straight, and pulling it so that the top of the hair is straight as well, so that we have a very neat blend at the top. And this is me basically just, I twisted a little section off. I got a piece of hair, I busted it into 2, and I just put the Gotta Be glued in her box of hair. And you're gonna see me do this throughout the duration. So I'm basically taking 3 pieces, just showing y'all what I'm doing, and I'm starting to do a normal braid, and then I braided it down twice. I did 2 like motions with my hands, then I added some hair, then I did 3 motions with my hand, then I added another piece of hair, and I'm showing y'all that I'm just catching the hair underneath with my fingers, and then I was leaving a piece of strand out of the hair for the boho because I did not want to go back in and try to add the boho later, and I also didn't have any curly boho to just add in, so I decided to just leave a piece out and curl it later. This is me just basically braiding it all the way to the ends, and then I'm going to get a tiny strand of hair wrap it around my fingers and make a knot, and I'm going to double tie it. And so I'm going to move on to the next section. Don't worry, I'm going to show y'all this over and over again so that we get it. We're going to make sure that those sections are nice and neat. We're going to comb up from the bottom to make sure that the box is aligned. They're not going to always align whenever you move around the dome of the head. It's not going to always line up the way that you want it to, because the head does expand and get smaller in certain places, and that's everybody's head. So I'm just taking basically what I feel like is a medium size. I have my 3 sections. I'm doing 2 braid motions down, adding a small one of those pieces of hair in. Then I'm doing 3 hand motions, and I'm adding in the hair again. So I really want to do it again on camera so that y'all really get used to that. Pulling the hair out is really like literally no effort. You just pull the hair out of the 3 pieces, and then you're just gonna basically double tie it in the knot like I showed y'all towards the ends. Okay, so we're moving on to the next section, and you're gonna see me do the same thing. Get my hot comb. You're gonna see me perfect that box. Put some of that got to be on there, or jam, or Murray's beeswax, whatever you want to call it. And we're basically just braiding it like we're braiding it to the scalp, adding in a piece of hair, doing, after you do 2 braid motions, and then you're going to do 3 braid motions and add it again, y'all. Please slow down the video if you need additional help with that, but I'm going to quit talking and I'm going to just let you watch me do it over and over. And actually, before I let the video just play, I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to slow it down so that you actually see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so you're going to see me make another section. I feel like this part was important too, before I stop talking, is that we get the crown of that head just like really parted straight, y'all. Like, and I'm basically just using a scrunchie, and I'm gonna go in with the end of the comb, because I feel like I got more precision trying to make that line across. I know you're not going to get a perfect line at first. It's going to take some effort, but you are going to see me leading with the tip of the comb, just because I just feel like it's more precise. But you can go back and clean up with the other end of the comb, like right side up, just to kind of perfect that part. Y'all will also see me as I make my way around the top of her head. I'm going to definitely be stopping and readjusting that part so that you can see that I'm making this as neat as possible, y'all. So you're gonna see me part up from the bottom, and let's slow this down, y'all. I had to absolutely slow it all the way down for y'all, because I know that some people are gonna be like, wait, you said this was for beginners. I am just not getting it. I'm not getting the whole little kind of feed in method. So what exactly are you doing? Okay, so this is just me slowing it down for y'all. This is for the beginners that literally are like, hold on, you said this was for beginners. I don't get the feed in method. I don't know how to braid. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know the purpose of everything. This is me slowing it down right here for you so that you all do not get left. Again, the point of this is so that this is something that I do. I personally don't see other people do this, but I know the texture of her hair, and I know how it looks whenever she has braids, and then this has not been done. So I wanted it to have a more seamless look. So that is why I am using the hot comb, and I don't know if I've been referring to this as my flat iron, but you can use a flat iron as well, or a straightener as well. So yeah, that's the point of me using this. Again, whenever it comes down to that parting space, you don't want to skip on the parting space. It is so necessary. It is so important to get most of these parts lined and to keep the size as accurate or as close to all the other sizes that you already have, because this is what's going to create that clean, beautiful look, and it's just going to give you what you're looking for. So the gotta be, again, is optional. I prefer like the Murray's beeswax, like that holding stuff. Like, I think that that's really good, because I find that the Murray's doesn't like flake up, kind of like the gotta be. The gotta be does flake up. You're gonna see that throughout me doing her hair. Okay, so let's move into the braiding part. Okay, so right now you're gonna see me add that got to be, because again, that's the only thing that I had on hand and I did not want to put out these braids anymore. If you need to slow it down, rewatch it. This is the time to do it. So I'm taking the medium size hair. I am making it into two pieces. I am putting it on one kneecap and putting the other on the other kneecap. Okay, so I am getting her real hair and I am braiding it. Like I'm braiding it to the scalp. And you're gonna see me do that twice, two motions. And then I'm going to add that and then catch it with my two fingers. Then I'm gonna braid it again for three motions. And then I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna add the other piece in. And then I will continue I'll catch it with my fingers and I'll continue to braid down. And you can make that boho part to where it's going to be curly at any point. You can stop and pull it out, and that's what I chose to do. There's no specific point. I just did it randomly. So this is the part that you want to actually slow down and see what I'm doing. Okay, so at the top, y'all, I started to run out of hair, so I decided to start braiding it. I made a 2-in-1 that gives it it actually gave it a more tribal look. Look at how neat this is, y'all. Look at how freaking neat her hair looks. Oh my God, I was so happy. Okay, y'all, so towards the front, I'm just gonna try to do my best to narrate what I did. I did the same concept, except I just braided it to the scalp. So I'm still using I started off with two pieces of hair, but y'all are gonna see me skimp it down to one piece because I was literally about to run out of hair. I had just enough hair to finish the style, so I just start off by getting the part as neat as I can. Also taking her baby hairs with it, like the softer pieces of hair, and I'm braiding it to her scalp. And about halfway through, I just added one piece, and then towards the end, I added another piece. It looks like I'm violently jerking her head, but y'all, I promise, I'm literally not. It's because, it's because of how fast the video was going. So I just kept doing that, y'all, and you're gonna see me basically do this two more times. So I guess on each side of the head, well, I guess, and overall on the front of the head, I did three big sections. And so you're going to see me just perfect these sections and do the same thing. So you're just gonna have, I'm gonna have three rows on both sides, and then the top I did something different. So the reason why I keep saying tribal, tribal, tribal is because this just reminds me of tribal braids. I don't know if this is the correct way or if this is the correct look, but to me, I want to call them knotless tribal braids. So if y'all jump in the comments and y'all say that there's something different, or they might not even have a name, so I'm just giving them a name. This is my version of knotless tribal boho braids, and you're gonna see me basically just parting it. I made a part to the right and then I pulled it straight down so that the hair is in the form of an L, and that just kind of gives it like an Egyptian kind of look to me, like that you used to see like Alicia Keys wear, or she used to do a lot of those styles. So you're gonna see me really try to work my magic with this, and there are gonna be times, especially at the top of her head, that I started braiding and I was like, you know what, I don't like the way that looks. I could do it a little bit better, and that's what I chose to do. Also, I am aware of the top of her head, where the front is. Like, there's like a big part that I pulled back. Well, that's her baby hair, but the thing about it is, if I would have left her baby hair out, she's not gonna want to maintain it. So I just included it in the part. So I did not like the way that it looks at first, so that's why I kept going back over it. But eventually I just get to the point, so I'm like, you know what, forget it, we're just gonna roll with it. And yeah, y'all just enjoy the rest of the video. This is me finishing talking until I am done braiding. Okay, y'all, so here's the finished product. This is my baby, y'all. As y'all can see, I told y'all last night on this part right here. Hold on, let me zoom out. Okay, yeah, I put a lot of got to be right there, but as you can see, the braid is still neat. Lay your head down, forward. Very neat, very clean. I think I did a good job. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all, as far as the curling part, it took forever. It took forever to do the curling part. She's laughing because we did it wrong. I lost the curlers, so turn around, do a 360. We took forever to do the curling part because I lost the curlers. They were supposed to be in her room, but I went and I did something with it. I don't even know. Do the whole circle, 360. One more time. And I think it looks good. Yes, yes, yes. So y'all let me know how y'all think I did. I think I'm gonna start charging like $50. I think this is worth like $50. Would y'all pay $50 for this? I think because it's like, I'm a beginner, so yeah, I used to braid hair, but like not good. So yeah. See you later.